Welcome to a new episode of Digging Up Positivity. We are already halfway of this year, and despite of all the everything, we still continue to make the world a better place. In this episode, do you know that there is a Furcon in Slovenia, animation news, furry charities from all over the world, and the result of the Pride shirt giveaway. So, let's get started! Earlier this year, we started to raise extra funds for the Rotterdam animal shelter Karel Vogelklas, showing that the Dutch furry fandom is capable of so much more. We raised $800.39 for the lovely birds and other critters at that shelter. Our friends in Germany raised $2,715.47 during Mephit Mini Con for the Eigen Rovak und Bambu, a home for sick, old and discarded animals. The raised funds will be used for some way overdue repairs to their bus and heating oil to make sure that they all have warm showers. And in Mexico, Almita Otter was raising money for SOS Crocodilo. And thanks to her wonderful efforts, $78 was raised for this initiative. Axxi has been steadily raising money for Mermaids UK with their artwork. Mermaids UK is focused on supporting trans, non-binary and gender-questioning children, young people and those who are important in their lives. Axxi has raised $301.61 so far. If you think that furries turned their back on virtual reality after the Great Plague, you are so wrong. The latest Furality Somna had a mind-blowing 26,405 attendees, and their LGBTQ charity, The Center, saw an equally amazing amount raised, $109,000. Our lovely friends from Singapore raised money for the Cushing Project, who are devoted to support chronically ill cats. During their charity raffle, they raised $4,024.50 during Little Iceland Furcon. Ottersparx ran a delightful charity stream this Pride month for Trans Lifeline. During a fun-filled day, they raised $740.69 for Trans Lifeline. And in Argentina, we had Fur Fiesta with 427 amazing critters. They together raised a lovely $6,101 for Regio Feliz, an animal shelter. Every Dutch Comic Con there's a major furry attendance, and since last year, MeetsFurYou has a big info stand with a fursuit lounge filled with refreshments, fans and other ways for everybody to have that well-needed break while fursuiting during the summer heat. And all those drinks and snacks are provided for free. This is all made possible thanks to donations by furries and their supporters in both money, empty cans and bottles. And this convention, MeetsFurYou, was donated a whopping $770.52. With all these wonderful charities we have covered with fur from furries worldwide so far, we have raised $710,312.13, a solid amount, and some huge bangers are yet to come. We are barely halfway and already we have raised almost as much for LGBTQ causes as last year entirely. And this brings me to the furry presence at various pride parades. All over the world they were celebrating, and some wonderful videos were shared that filled me with joy and hope. Stay awesome, you fuzzy beans. TGPS Plush Animation has released their first animation this month. It is about a strong wolf raising a little vixen against all odds. While the wolf is a bit stern at first, almost begrudgingly taking on the task, the result is wonderful and the story continues after he's gone. How will the vixen carry on his legacy? One of the things that makes this animation stand out is the exceptional work done with the soundtrack. While bigger channels pave the way for animation renaissance on YouTube, smaller gems like these are bound to pop up. We have covered the teaser of Talon before, a wonderful story about a young Dakota raptor named Talon, set in the Cretaceous period. But now I am happy to announce that Lunar Dragon Entertainment has released their pilot episode. It is almost 28 minutes in length and certainly worth a watch. Trying not to spoil the plot, but especially the first act, there are no spoken words, leaving the animator with a difficult task to do everything through composition, body language, and well, how we think dinosaurs would sound like, and they pull this off wonderfully. Combine this with the exceptional care of the backgrounds and it makes an animation really stand out. And you got yourself a curious meerkat for the next episodes. Well, for this time of digging up positivity, we have FireLion, one of the people from the staff from SloFluffCon, a convention in Slovenia. And this is really something new because I had no idea that there was a big fandom out there, let alone a big convention. So, FireLion, welcome to the show. And could you tell us a little bit about the Slovenian fandom?
Hello. Well, I mean, for the Slovenian fandom, we have from many wins, if we say it like that. Basically, Slovenia is quite in a unique position because we have access to the sea, we have mountains, we have some plains, we have many geographical regions. There is all kind of people here. And as one of the smaller countries in the world, people might say there is a huge distance between us, but people then find it surprising that some things are not so far apart as they might see it. In the fandom here, we have many different interest groups. I mean, there is quite a large number of those of us that are in fursuiting, others are in art specifically. So you have many different options here. As for every fandom, it evolves all the time. There was specifically a large influx of new members that joined during the COVID pandemic because a lot of people had to stay home. A lot more people were browsing the internet, found out about anthropomorphic art, and then eventually stumbled upon the fandom of our country, and then things started to grow, but it's still not a large amount of people compared to other countries, but still quite a lot of people within the fandom.
When did the idea for SloFluffCon start?
At the start, it wasn't really an idea of furry convention here, but it was more like a Furdance or a bit extended furry meetup. That idea originated in times before COVID, but then because of all of the social distancing, we then decided in mid-2022, hey, we should really try to do a convention here. A lot of people that doesn't know about Slovenia. Some individuals might know where Slovenia is, what they can see here, but for majority of the world, people were like, I don't know where that is. So we were like, okay, let's try to do something to make a fandom in Slovenia known to the public as well. This is how it started off, and in 2023, it was when we officially started off SloFluffCon.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the August of that same year, we made our first edition of it. This is how it started off. We started in Celje, since there was quite a lot of uncertainties on where to find the venue for our convention. Since if you would say to any venue like, hey, we would like to have a furry convention here. So basically we started with one of the small hotels in Celje, and then last year we had our second edition. For this year, we decided to move it to next year because there was a lot of problems finding a new venue, because already in 2 years' time we managed to outgrow the original venue, because we basically reached the capacity which hotel was allowed us to have, and that was at 160 attendees. And that was like, okay, where do we move now? There were some points that we wanted to move to a different city, of course. Then we came to the point like, yeah, they have a great location there, but how do people get to that location? Because there is not a massive amount of transport available here. And that's how it came to be that we decided to move the convention into Ljubljana, which is the capital of Slovenia. Our new location, as on our website and on the flyer, it's Grand Hotel Union, which is basically in the heart of Ljubljana itself.
That is really cool. And because you growed so much as a convention, what makes SoFluffCon so special? What is its unique feature? What makes it stand out?
Most of our attendees value the time that they can have a lot of interactions between them, while some other conventions may have too much of attendance and many events. So it's hard to find the time to have conversation or go for a drink or for some food or some time together. I think that a lot of people are like, that's quite a good thing. People can hang out with each other and have a great time.
Oh, so you have a little bit of a better balance between events and the crowd, so you can hang out together and get to know each other.
Yes, exactly.
If someone wants to visit your wonderful convention, do you have any tips for the people that want to travel to Slovenia?
Go to the SloFluffCon.org. Under the venue mark, we have quite a neat travel guide. We have different options. So we have by plane. They can land either in Austria, in Croatia, or in Italy, and then use train or taxi or some other way of transport to get to our location. But mainly, you can also travel to Ljubljana Airport, which is half an hour away from where our location is. You can take bus, taxi, or a shuttle service. About the cheapest option is €3.30.
That is really good.
Yes.
But what I was actually talking about is that how can you best make contact with the Slovenian furs? For example, if we can, is the main language being spoken English or German? Are there any customs from the Slovenian furs that we should take into account? For example, when I go to a new convention where I barely know anyone, I always bring Dutch treats with me, like stroopwafels and cheese, and that usually turns quite some heads, and that allows you to make some friends.
The main language during conventions is English, because of where we are located. Many people will talk in English, because we are in the crossroads between many countries, and therefore, if you speak English, you are golden for the entire time, either during convention or outside of the convention space. There, people will know how to speak in English, and also the people that are not in the fandom, in general, they are glad to help out if you need some directions where to go.
I am happy to hear that they are very friendly to help newcomers out. And if you know English, then you can get around. You said it was in Ljubljana, but when is the convention?
So our convention will take place from 22nd of January, so the next year, until 25th of January. So you have quite a few days for our convention. Well, registration is has opening on the 22nd of June. You're welcome to check out our website and head on to your registration.
All right, as the website is linked in the description below, or if you're listening, it's www.SloFluffCon.org. Also, if you want to help with this convention, are you looking for any gophers or any other staff members at this moment?
Definitely yes. As mentioned earlier, last year we had 160 attendees. Next year we expect even more attendance. People were like, oh, I'm definitely coming back. We are definitely looking for more staff members for our convention. Looking for people in comms department, security, medic department. And if you have any other points of interest that might be used during the convention, feel free to contact our HR department. So at hr@SloFluffCon.org, and one of our HR managers will get in contact with you and direct you to the appropriate department.
FireLion, I would like to thank you very much for taking your time, and I am going to try to be there. No promises yet, but it's definitely on my bucket list. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
As during the premiere of this video, I am in the UK, chilling with some wonderful beans from Cardiff and my guildies from Azeroth in Wales. But I am glad you stayed with us till the very end. And before all the usual pleasantries, I kinda promised a winner for the Pride shirt last month. So here's the winner! Longtooth! Please do contact me or fill in the contact form below before the next episode of Digging Up Positivity next month for your lovely Pride shirt from Artwork Tea. Now, of course, if you want your own shirt or anything else, you are free to visit my Artwork Tea store for your Tabo merch. But also, you can drop by for my weekly art stream, starting again after this brief holiday on Monday the 14th of July. Become a channel member or support me like these amazing beings who make this video and many others possible and so much more fun. We got the YouTube channel members Rex the Warhorse, Lorek Burnison, Joey and Mavi, Whiffer and Longtooth. And of course we got the Twitch subscribers Falconio, Lady Lian, Light Nympha, Jake RG, Johan Starbear, Svex the Mischievous Fox, Hanzane Jansen, Ayabu Yin and Ethan. Now on Subscribestar we have Barret de Floof, Cosmic with a K, Taros and a Manic Spectacle Cap. And of course we have Patreon, Tentru McNally, Ishnula and Els Dekkers. And of course, let's not forget you, staying with us till the very end. Looking forward to see you again on our next episode on the 2nd of August. Stay awesome, be there for each other, and all the hugs!